I'm going to trace my template onto a 1/4-inch piece of plywood with a regular pencil. You can actually get the template down below in the description. I'll leave a link. Then you're going to take a jigsaw, a pair of gloves, and some safety glasses because we're all about safety. And I also recommend hearing protection, like headphones. Just take the saw and cut the heart out. If you are a child, I would highly suggest letting an adult cut this out for you because saws are very dangerous and you do not want to get cut. And these saws, just like any, are very dangerous. Now I'm going to take my electric sander, again some protective glasses and gloves, and I'm just going to sand down all the rough spots on the front, back, and sides of this piece. Now I've made a small heart template to fit the original template, and I just laid it where the hearts are going to go and traced it on there, just so I have a rough outline, because if I try to hand do it, I'm sure I would screw it up. And now I'm taking a ruler and I'm measuring my stripes and writing them out every 2 inches. So I go down throughout it and mark a couple lines every 2 inches, and then I just make a line across, make it all meet. Once you have all your lines done, it's time to tape it off. Now I'm using some painter's tape, and I'm just going to put tape on the lines, covering where the white's going to go, so that way I can paint pink first. Once you get all your masking tape on there good, I'm just going to take some pink paint and a paintbrush and just fill in my pink stripes. I've done about 2 coats of the pink, and then once it dries completely, I peeled the tape off, and you will get these perfectly straight, beautiful lines. Now that this is completely 100% dry, I'm going to take and redo this step, only tape off the pink sections so I can paint the white sections. I definitely suggest using masking tape and not regular tape, because regular tape might peel your paint off, and this masking tape is painter's tape. It's made for that. And now I paint the white, and of course, same steps, pull the tape off after I've done about 2 coats, and you get these perfectly straight, beautiful stripes. So now I'm going to take some paintbrushes in assorted colors for all of my hearts. Plan out which ones you want in which direction, and then just get to painting. I start out by outlining the hearts first, just because I don't want to just go crazy with the paint and then get onto my beautiful stripes I just worked really hard on. So I always outline it first and then fill in the little parts. I highly suggest letting each color dry in between, because you can mix the colors when they touch each other if you don't. Now I'm taking these words that I've printed out, and you can make these just going onto Paint or Microsoft Word and typing up what words you want and printing them out. That's all I've done to make these. I just place them where I want, and again, using masking tape or painter's tape, I tape these down onto the heart where I want them. Once I have all of the names and words where I want them, I'm going to start tracing them on. Now this is a really simple process. I'm sorry about the shaky camera. What I'm just going to do is take a regular ink pen, and I'm going to trace the letters as if I was writing them. But I put a lot of pressure. Your hands will cramp doing this, but it's so worth it in the end to get the beautiful font. So I'm just tracing over the words, not coloring them in. I kind of just do the outline. And so I'm just running through and tracing over all the words with this ink pen. Really hard, like with not too much pressure that you're gonna like rip through the paper, but just enough that you know it's gonna imprint on the wood. Once you've traced all your words, you're just gonna peel the paper off, and I'm not sure if you can really see, but it kind of indents it into the wood. So now I'm just taking a black painter's pen and I'm kind of following these really subtle lines. You can't really see them on the camera, but you can see them a little bit better in person. And I'm just tracing them. I don't know if you've seen in that last scene, I got paint splatter everywhere. Everyone makes mistakes. It happens. You can wipe it off with a wet rag as long as you do it quickly. So I just traced out all of the little outlines that I made. You can kind of see the indents in the wood to help you stay along the lines, and then you have a beautiful, perfectly drawn font. Now that that is done, we're going to do a little bit of extra detailing on the edges so it's not too boring and plain. So all I did was take the same painter pen. I just kind of done some polka dots and some lines. You can do whatever you want. You can do dots all the way around or just outline it in lines, whichever fits your style. I just really like this one. And I kind of just randomly chose where to put the dots and the lines, just eyeballing it. And after I finished that, I took another painter pen, just like the black one, only in white. And I kind of just put a little bit of highlight here and there, just to kind of make it look like balloons or bubbles. Just adds a little more depth to the hearts, and I think it's totally cute. And now for polyurethane. This is a clear top coat just to protect it from weather and from the paint from chipping. So I'm going to stir it and apply it on with a foam brush, just one light layer, and I let it dry overnight. And this is very strong. I suggest doing it outside or open a window. Now I've got these screw eyes, and this is what I'm going to use to hang twine to it so I can hang this on the wall. So I'm just taking 2 of these, and I'm going to put 1 on each side. Once you screw both of these on each side, I'm going to take some twine next, and I'm going to actually tie a knot on each of the hooks to hang it on. And then I'm just going to trim off any excess twine that's left over. After that, you are done, and you've created your own personalized sign.